How are you doing? Is it okay? Yeah? Did I hear sleepy? Who said sleepy? What's going on? Where's the coffee? I know, I was thinking the same. That's why I was trying you to complain about it, so I didn't have to do that. Okay. Now, jokes apart. Okay. So thank you for joining this session. I'm really glad to see that the room is actually quite full, because we have that, I would say it's important, but at the same time, it can be also quite complex. I think that there are lots of misunderstandings about cybercrime law, maybe not enough awareness among the public. So the objective of this breakout room or this panel or this session, whatever you want to call it, is not only to bombard you with information that is difficult to retain for 30 minutes. So we'll try to make it fairly interactive in a way that you have to do some work. You have to, use your knowledge, your skills, and your abilities to think critically about this topic. And then we have a discussant, a speaker, a panelist that I will introduce in just a minute that will help us navigate this complex issue. So I met most of you, if not all of you, this morning. My name is Marc. I'm the research manager at the Asia here in Cambodia. As I was saying, we have one panelist discussion. He's Lieutenant Colonel Chhay Bunrommanith, excuse my pronunciation again. He's the chief of the Cyber-Enabled Crime Office. So excellent speaker to discuss the cybercrime law. What we agreed with him 1 minute ago was that we wouldn't start by giving you plenty of information, because I already heard, oh, I'm sleepy, so I don't really actually want you to fall asleep. So we'll make you work. We have some markers, we have some paper here. So we will ask you to form groups of 4 to 5 people. You can work with your neighbors, you can make new friends, new connections, but you have to form groups of 4 people. And I can see that there are 2 flip charts at the back of the room. We have some extra materials here. And you've got 15-20 minutes approximately to discuss and make notes. It can be bullet points. You don't have to write. You have to write down what is the cybercrime law. You don't have to ask ChatGPT, okay? You have to discuss among yourselves. So what is it? We are not judging you. This is not a test. This is not an exam. It is just to break the ice and then have the discussion. So what is the cybercrime law? Are you aware that there is a draft cybercrime law? That's an important question. And what do you think that it says? Why do you think that Cambodia or any other country in the region, for instance, needs a cybercrime law? So these 3 questions. What is it? Are you aware of its existence? And why do you think that it matters? Then we can share all these perspectives and views, and then we can start the discussion, so you can learn more about it, and you can also ask as many questions as you need. Okay, so I'll leave it to you now to form groups of 4 to 5 people. You can use one flip chart, there's another one, and we have some extra materials here at the front. Yes? Okay, 15-20 minutes max. Thank you very much, everyone, for your effort in answering all the questions. So once again, I would like to introduce our discussant panelist speaker for this session. So he's Lieutenant Colonel Chhay Bunrommanith, Chief of the Cyber-Enabled Crime Office. So what we can do now for this session, for the rest of the session, is to go through all the ideas that you have been writing down and drafting, and with his help, we can sort of try to provide answers to the questions that you might have and give you maybe a more detailed answers and insights on the draft cybercrime law in Cambodia, so you understand what it is, why it is necessary, and what are the next steps for this law. But I would like to, of course, to give some remarks before we dive deep into the discussion.
Okay, thank you. I believe you guys have a very good lunch. Let me try this one. Okay, better. I believe you guys have a very good lunch. I can see a lot of smile here. And once again, let me introduce myself. My name is Chhay Bunrommanith. I'm from Anti-Cybercrime Department, Cambodian National Police. And some of you probably attend in my previous presentation or either the speaker, but I can see some familiar face, but I'm not sure you guys remember me or not. So I'm done. I have done my career. This is my 13th year in law enforcement. So I'm quite experienced in police work. So I'm start my career with the local police and spent a few years over there, and then I moved to intelligence department, and I start my and then I moved to cybercrime anti-cybercrime department, which established in 2015. So it's almost 9 years right now. So it's a bit of information as well that Cambodian National Police and anti-cybercrime department have exist in Cambodia more than 8 years already. I don't think some of you guys are aware of it. And today I'm so glad and that my privilege actually there's a two representative from Cambodian National Police, another one who cover this topic, and right now I am the only one, the big shotter now. So please don't go hard on me, and I'm trying my best to to give you an idea and elaborate and give you an inside information more about the how situation of cybercrime in Cambodia and how cybercrime law address the challenging in combating cybercrime, and how the government policy and government initiative to trying to cutting down the number of cybercrime that happen in Cambodia.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for this introduction. Now that he's taking a bit of a break, he's not listening, give him a hard time. He's here to answer all your questions. It's a good opportunity for you to learn about a topic that is very important. So just don't listen, give him a hard time. Okay, let's start with the basics. The first step is definitely to understand what is the cyber or a cybercrime law, in this case applied to the country of Cambodia. Now, who is the brave one here that wants to provide a definition? It doesn't need to be anything fancy or technical, can be very plain English. That's absolutely fine. Who is the brave one? Two volunteers at the same time? This never ever happens. Usually it's zero. Okay, you can. Do we have an extra microphone, please? Yeah, we are trying to get you a microphone. Yeah, well, doesn't really work.
It's not a singing class, but yeah. Right. Let me explain you quickly what is cybercrime law. Cybercrime, just cybercrime.
Cybercrime law, cybercrime, yes.
Okay. I can't even pronounce it correctly. Oh, absolutely. Okay, my name is Augustine, and
I'm Poran. Hi.
hi everybody. And this is my team. We have Vật Tây. Okay, so we'll make it simple because we don't know the technical one. So this is what we think of when we hear the word cybercrime. It's something to do with clicking. So one of my team member come up with the word clicking. Clicking is everything. Why? Because the second that you click, it leads you to something new, something good, something bad. So cybercrime is the acts of people clicking something and leading to another result. But the result is not good. That's why it's called cybercrime. And I hope that makes sense to everybody else.
Well, now you will be judged. Don't worry.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Get some of fruit.
I think we better find another answer before I.
We can find another one. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we had another volunteer
Yeah,
from
over there. You're gonna be the third one. Don't worry.
Oh, can I stay here?
Yeah,
I need
fine.
to go over there.
It's fine. It's fine.
Wherever you want and you come
Okay, so go to the front. I'm sorry. To our team ideas, legally and based on our perspective, cybercrime refer to digital crime, shortly, or we can make it more detailed: crimes committed through online or technological mean. And we have some example of cybercrime. It can be virus spreading, can be scamming, lacking data leaking, or threat or cheating online, or public defamation through online. And I'm sorry. Why does it matter? Oh, do we know the draft Cybercrime Law? Yes, we do. It is under the through online. Yeah. Based on the newspapers. So they declare that the Ministry of Interior is drafting a cybercrime law. Yes, but I don't really understand the whole thing of cybercrime. Just some perspective. And what does it matters? I think cybercrime law is very important, especially in this context, in a digital transformation, because it is really needed to make it adopted in order to combat cybercrime, and especially it is the legal mechanism to crack down criminal, as well as to protect and to protect the technological development, and also to retain public order and to protect people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. For the next presenter, I would like you to introduce a little bit your name and where you're from. Either you are a student or in a profession, because I want to know you guys, like where you guys from, where the state of your profession is. It's more easier. I provide back the information.
Greeting everyone. Well, okay, we don't have group name. Well, my name is Marissa. I'm work at the legal field in TIC, and this is my partner.
Hello, my name is Keo Lakanaki, or can call me Lea. I'm a fresh graduate student from Paragon International University.
Okay, so now we would like to introduce you guys about cybercrimes. Well, basically, we list here is simple. We just list all the crime that include as a cybercrime. So the first thing we can list is the online scamming, false informations, bullying and harassing, harmful actions, pornography and defaming. While for us, we believe that cybercrime law is supposed to be and should be prevent, punish, and as well as spreading awareness to everyone and as well as the citizens. And we also discuss about how can we analyze or discuss that is it really serious, or how many fines should be the criminal have to pay if the situation happen. And both of us are Cambodian, so we are both aware about the cyber crimes or law and draft law as well. That's it from us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I want to hear one more. Some people at the back because they work so hard. Any more volunteer? Yes.
So good afternoon, speakers and everybody. My name is Monique Kuntu from Paragon International University, majoring in economics, which is not my field at all. So this is based on general knowledge. So what is cybercrime law? So based on the discussions of our team, it's just like a legal framework designed to address the the online crimes like scammings or frauds or any like malwares or something like that, or hackers trying to hack for your data, your personal data that's stored online. So that's what our knowledge, our understanding of cybercrime. And why does it matter to have a cybercrime law? Because we are living in a digital world right now, so every data we are storing it online. So that's why cybercrime law is really important to protect our ownership of our own privacy data. And also, it also the good structure for the government to regulate how we use the internet properly as well. Because some people are using the internet or like everything on digitally improperly, which is like to do the crime or something like that. So that's why cybercrime law is really important to regulate all those activities. And we are unaware of the cybercrime law before joining this camp because I'm studying economics, which is not really my field. So I only have a little knowledge about the ICT. That's why I joined this camps. And I know that's like our governments have drafted cybercrime law, but it's not finalized yet. So yeah, that's all for our teams. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think you guys come up with a very good point. I really appreciate that. I'm so impressed with some of the terms that you guys mentioned in your answer. Pornography, online scam. Some people said disinformation. I'm not sure you guys had spoke it up, but I saw some of the group they have written down on the paper. Another part is IP, intellectual property rights. I see one of the group they written it down. So I'm glad that you guys have an idea of even though some people they are not feeling ICT or not feeling IT, but at least you guys have the basic knowledge or knowledge of the what is cybercrime and how's the situation of cybercrime in Cambodia, and especially the legalization, the legal status where Cambodia needed to address the challenging in order to combat the cybercrime. So once again, I'm so impressed with the answer. So everyone has the correct answer. No one got the wrong answer. So I believe that the term of cybercrime, probably you guys have a very broad idea, right? You don't know what is the action or what is the crime that considered as cybercrime. You may know what is scamming, right? You may know what is hacking. You may heard about people try to impersonate another person on via the social media like Facebook, TikTok, or Telegram, but you don't know what are those actions are considered as a cybercrime. So I'm gonna give you a brief idea or a very basic one before we go to cybercrime law. So until now, from whatever I I'm not sure the time, but until now, recently in Cambodia, we don't have any technical term or any technical definition of cybercrime. So either in the cybercrime draft law, we not define yet what is cybercrime. Any activity that we define is cybercrime, we have not discussed it yet. We are still in discussion. So I would like to bring an idea where most of the country and especially in the law enforcement community, they use this as a term. So cybercrime, they describe as any activity or action that either attack computer system and in order to gain the benefit from that action. Can get it? Anyone? Either any action or any act that on purposely to attack computer system or attack the system in order to gain financial benefit or disrupt the service of the system. This is one of the definition from Interpol, where most of the law enforcement community and national police around the world, they define. So, and I would like to divide cybercrime into two types of crime. You may know what is cybercrime, but you don't know how many types of cybercrime, right? So cybercrime, we divide into two types. So one of the type we call high-tech crime. Anyone have any idea about the high-tech crime? It's the crime that committing on the high building or committing on the palm tree. High-level crime. Use the modern technology. Anyone? I gotta give if you got the right answer. It's a part of the answer, but not correct 100%. 1 point. Anyone? So high-tech crime is refer to what you guys mentioned in your answer. It's about the hacking. It's about, have you guys heard about DDoS attack? Yeah, this type of action or this type of crime we consider as high-tech crime. Why we consider? Because the criminal, they use the software or the application of computer, very sophisticated and high technology in order to attack the system or computer that disrupt the service, not more operational. So totally in easy way, I can say that high-tech crime is the action that targeted the computer, not targeted the human being. So the action they're trying to cause the trouble or provide any problem to the computer system in order to disrupt the service. For example, like hacking, DDoS attack, what I have mentioned. So those type of crime require such a higher knowledge for the criminal, not just tapping a few code or like in the movie, you just tapping on the keyboard and a lot of screen pop up. It's not something like that. So it's require more skillful and the criminal require more knowledge about the computer in order to do those kind of things. And this type of crime, it costs so much damage. I mean the how much damage that the system affect it's cost very, very high price. For example, you guys heard about a ransomware? Anyone? Ransomware? I think it's hit in a Western country back in 2018, around 2018 or 2017. So it hit the health system, it hit the banking sector, banking financial institute sector. So it caused a lot of trouble and it cost a lot of money when it happened. So this is one of the type of crime, and another one we call non-traditional crime or cyber-enabled crime. Anyone have any idea? Cyber-enabled crime or non-traditional crime. is a crime where the criminal wearing the traditional dress to commit it, or they try to cosplay with the traditional stuff to commit a crime. No. So cyber-enabled crime or non-traditional crime is the type of crime where you guys also mentioned in your answer: scamming, pornography, what else? Sharing of the child sexual exploitation online, disinformation, especially the scamming, where you guys mentioned. I believe that one of the session before we come here in the main hall, we talk about the scamming by the Telegram. So those kind of act or those kind of the activity we consider as the cyber-enabled crime, and this type of crime where they targeted the human being, not the system. So why they target the human being? In order to gain financial beneficial, right? The victim fall into the scamming. What do they lose? The money, right? So the main purpose of the criminal, the main purpose of the action is disturb the human being and cause the problem to the human being. So totally high-tech crime where the action they targeted system. Cyber-enabled crime where the action they target human being. So I'm gonna give you this part of the. Yeah, maybe we can just allow to finish this short presentation and then we can have question and answer. Yeah. So this is the very basic idea about the what is cybercrime, how many type of cybercrime, and I'm gonna give you more. How many type of those cybercrime I have mentioned that occur in Cambodia, and what is the popular crime, like top 1, top 2, top 3. So furthermore, in our discussion, I'm gonna give you more. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for these insights. So I think we have to finish by 3 p.m. Yeah. Okay. So we have about 20 minutes, and I don't know why, but I feel that you have many questions about the draft cybercrime law, not just because of you, okay, but it's what I got from just talking to some of you before. So I think it's a good moment to open the floor for Q&A. I would encourage you to just ask one question, make it short and straightforward so we can maximize the time and have as many questions as possible. As he mentioned before, please state your name, the organization that you represent, or maybe you are a student, and then you can ask your question. So the floor is yours. I see one hand here. Is there a chance we can pass the microphone? Thank you.
Once again, Bong, don't go hard on me. I'm coming a very long way from Phnom Penh.
I'll try very short and easy. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nina from FHI 360. Thank you for a good remarks on the key term and technology. My question is how Ministry of Interior and your team to the development of the cybercrime law to protect and ensure to meet the international standard of especially respect the fundamental of human right, especially right to expressions and opinion. And our youth here, they raise about defamation, and you also repeat the defamation. As we know, defamation is very sensitive here. We not criminalize yet the defamation, so a big concern if cybercrime law will criminalize the defamation that would affect or restricted the freedom of expression opinion online. Thank you.
Thank you, Bong. Thank you for the question once again, and I'm gonna answer the first question first. How Ministry of Interior and the whole royal government of Cambodia, they trying to establish a cybercrime law. So actually the cybercrime, the draft law, the first draft I believe is start very early at 2012, which my department where I'm come from, anti-cybercrime department, have not exist yet. So during that time, I believe that a lot of teams, especially from the MPTC, Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, they start to draft it, and from time to time, it's developed from the ICT team in the MPTC, and after that, they started once in 2015, where my department have been established. So there's a lot of input from law enforcement, a lot of input from not only a Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, not only a Ministry of Justice, not only COM, Council of Minister, but we also invite this expert or matter from high-tech company like Facebook, Oracle, Google, especially the legal expert from DOJ, Department of Justice from United States. So we have many. I cannot count how many we meeting with those experts back a few years ago. So we have a lot of discussion with civil society, and as I remember last year we have the consultation workshop where lead by the one of the Secretary of State from the Ministry of Interior, His Excellency Bunrommanith. It's a consultation. It's open the floor for the public to give an idea to the cybercrime draft where our government and our inter-ministerial agency they're trying to to adopt it. And regarding to the second question regarding to the disinformation and human rights, I believe you guys, some of you may gone through the draft law, and some of you may not gone through. So human rights is a very sensitive topic, not only in Cambodia. I believe, especially in around the world, but in here, in our context, Cambodia context, we consider human right and freedom of expression. It's different way from how the Western people see it. For example, not before, just right now, because the cybercrime law is not adopted yet, right? So how Cambodian National Police, how my anti-cybercrime department deal with disinformation? How? We don't have a law, right? We don't have legalization, or we don't have the statute where we can criminalize those people who sharing the fake news or disinformation that lead to cost to national interest or national security. So it's very hard for Cambodian National Police that where we are law enforcement, so we need the law. Even though we see the crime over there, we can notice, we can alert that there's some action that causes trouble to society, cause the harmful, but we don't have the law, so it's so hard. So back to the human right, I believe that we have a lot of discussion with the another partner like NGO, especially from the most of the high-tech company from the Western country, and they give a lot of input. And currently we still in the drafting stage that ministry. So currently we in COM, Council of Minister. That's more discussion. I don't believe that's gonna coming soon. There's a lot of discussion.
Good afternoon ជំរាបសួរ វាគ្មិនអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាខ្ញុំ Borina ពី EWMI. I gonna ask you you mentioned about the draft law, and it start from ministry, even the Ministry Interior and also Ministry of Post Telecom, and joint common input from other agency. And I just want to ask whether you can share the draft law for us like university student, NGO or CSO, that we could have opportunity to review and see the law and have opportunity to provide the comment or input. And my second question is about, is there any example in any country in the world that they, after they have this law, and any impact that the law could be managed or maybe affect from this law to private sector or society? Thank you.
Yeah, Bong, thank you very much for the question. And then once again, you go hard on me again. I'm trying my best right now. For the publication of cybercrime draft law, from my perspective point of view, I don't have any authority whether I can share it or not because not my level where I can make decision. And I believe it on the consultation day last year, I believe that there's the publication where you can find, but you have to find the right people to get it, as I know from the upper my superior. And secondly, the question about the practice from another country, which when the cybercrime law adopted and any change or any challenging when it go into the implementation, I believe there are a lot of country in the experience like that, especially the developed country where have a lot of same context as Cambodia. As you know that in a developing country, they most of the developing country they lack and there's a lot of gap of the regulation or the law, not only on the cybercrime, so most of the sector. So I believe that in Asian context, some country like Laos also have the problem. Some country like Myanmar also have the problem once the cybercrime law or cybersecurity law once they adopt and implement. So there's a lot of voice coming back from public, especially the private sector. So I can mention one of the article in our draft law where the law require the service provider here refer to an internet service provider or mobile operator to keep the data of the user up to 90 days for the purpose of investigation. So this part we have discussed and we have a very, I can say, a hard fight with the private sector, because if the law coming out, they have to spend a lot of money in order to align with the article or align with the regulation. So I just pick up one of the problem from the law. So there's many problems that we got a feedback from not only the private sector but also the public. And there's many discussion, because since cybercrime is so complex and sophisticated, once you do it today, we're writing one line that define definition, blah blah blah, but tomorrow AI coming, the new model, the new technologies come out. After I finish, probably, but the new thing is come out already. So it's so hard. It's very hard to keep the cybercrime law to up to date to the trending technology. Hey, and I believe that not only challenge for Cambodia, most of the country in the world right now.
I wanted to add one remark here. So I will make the most of my privilege as a moderator to also provide some insights. I think that these two initial questions are extremely important, and I'm really happy that this discussion is not about, definition of what is cybercrime law, but you are thinking out of the box and what are some of the potential implications of an important law like this one. For example, the intersection between this law and people's fundamental freedoms. So here we have to consider two things. The first one is that I always say that laws are a massive contradiction. We need the laws because we want to achieve some degree of public good. We want to protect the people from a specific type of risk or threat. But if we want to do that, we have to restrict people's rights to a certain extent. Now, the key point is, how can we make this happen? So how can we benefit from the opportunities of technology, of the internet in this specific case? But at the same time, we can also make sure that we are not restricting people's rights. This sounds easy, but it's definitely not easy to make it happen. Now, about the laws, a second remark. Laws are something that is alive. Governments don't create a law and that's that. I mean, sometimes it happens, but it shouldn't be this way. Laws needs to be constantly reviewed, revised, and amended if necessary, because things change. The environment change. Today we are talking about AI. I don't know what we'll be talking about in 5 years' time. Maybe there is a sort of new technological revolution that requires a new legal framework. So even if the cybercrime law is passed today, it needs a constant update. And I want to link this to the importance of consultations, multi-stakeholder consultations, but not a one-off thing that, oh, we tick the box because we ask you, what do you think about the draft law, or what do you think it should be incorporated? It should be something periodic and systematic in the drafting process, but even after the law has been passed. Because, as I said, it needs to be adapted to the changing environment. So these are a few remarks that I wanted to share because I think that are really important. I think that we had a question right at the back at the corner, back there. I'm not sure if he's hiding now or... I saw a hand at the back of the room. Do we still have a question? Yeah?
Can you mention any crime, cybercrime in Cambodia? What is top 1, top 2, and top 3? And
So you're interested in top 1, right?
yes, maybe because I'm reporter. I want to know the crime in Cambodia.
Okay.
They exist or not. And the other thing, the like people or citizen or authority can become fight back to the crime or not.
Like you want to me to share the awareness and how public can prevent themselves against criminal?
Yes, it is for citizen and the authority have ability to come back that crime
I see,
or
I see.
high crime. Thank
Yeah, thank you. It's a very good question, and when I heard that question, it remind me about one of the biggest thing and the most important thing in order to combat cybercrime, not only in Cambodia but worldwide. Anyone? Any idea? Public awareness is so important. When you left down the phone there, for example, on the table, and you walk out, if you don't touch it, do you think that you can become a cybercrime victim or not? You just leave the phone down there, and you just walk to the bathroom, and you come back just 5 minutes. Have you ever considered or had a question in your mind like, can I become the cybercrime victim? Just left my phone out. Yes or no, right? Either some of you maybe say yes, and some of you maybe say no. So why I come up with the public awareness? Public awareness is so important. So once the community, once the people, once the citizen, they know what the thing they have, the right thing to do, and once the thing they are not right thing to do, is one of the main sector that help the government, or not only help the Cambodia nationally, but help our community, our society to cut down the number of the victim from the cyber criminal. So public awareness is very important. Sometimes you leave phone down there, but you don't know which Wi-Fi you connected to, right? Especially you looking for the free Wi-Fi, no password, and high speed. Easy, right? One click. But sometimes potentially there's something inside there we don't know. So by providing the public awareness is so important. So back to the question, top 1, top 2, top 3. It's so interesting, I believe, and most of my presentation and my I joined the conference and workshop that always come up with that question. So currently in Cambodia context, the most number 1, I can say more than 800 cases per year. Online scamming. Online scamming is referred to they sell the service, they sell the product on the online platforms such as social media, Facebook, TikTok, Telegram, and they provide you nothing and you provide them the money first. So I give an example. Have you guys heard about the Tridana page where they sell the motoscopy only $112, $120? You see this kind of action, right? So this is this kind of crime that's happened a lot in Cambodia, and they have the different aspect, not only selling the motor, and it's seasonal, it's changing. Why I said it's changing, because the criminal, they are not stupid enough to sell you the old stuff, right? They always come up with a new idea. Why I say it's seasonal? Back in May, so what is the favorite fruit? May, durian, right? So there are also the scam selling durian on the social media. So a lot of people coming to my office, they complain that they lost more than $500 to get a good durian from Thailand, but actually nothing. They just a fake page on Facebook. So online scamming is one of the top one among the another crime, and it's changing, it's evolving from season to season, from time to time, because the criminal always find a new way. And second, top two I can say about the investment scam. Have you heard about the investment scam? I hope you guys, everyone have the Telegram account, and you are not aware of yourself that somebody add you into the investment group where that you can deposit $500 in 3 days, you can earn $10,000. Probably you get this. So this is one of the top two crimes that occur in Cambodia, and a lot of people, they fall into the victim, especially the investment scam related to cryptocurrency, where a lot of people coming to complain and a lot of lose. So last year, I believe that more than $40 million have been lost from Cambodia from the investment scam, and totally scam, not only investment scam. So investment scam is the top two. And top three, I can say one of the old traditional crime, but it still exists. Have you heard about the romance scam? Romance scam. For those guys, have you received the friend request from the K-pop or Angelina Jolie? And for the lady, have you received the friend request from the Tom Cruise or Justin Bieber? And they're gonna come up with the very funny conversation. So they come up with the Arun Sus đấy, the khmum. Have you ever received it? Yeah, so this kind of crime is also happen in Cambodia. It's called romance scam, where the victim they fall in love with the criminal, and they're trying to attract the victim to fall in love, and they're trying to, okay, I'm gonna retire from United States or another country and come down to Cambodia to start a new family, and I'm gonna send you some kind of jewelry, some kind of cash, some kind of good stuff where I fight in Iraq or somewhere I can make it. So those victims, they fall in love, and they're trying to send a lot of money in order to get the big gift from those guys, and it's called it a romance scam. So this is the top three where it costs me trouble every day. Especially the first one I mentioned is the online scamming.
Okay, thank you for this. And so we just have time for one or two remarks, something that I wanted to add to this discussion before we wrap up this interesting conversation. The first one is, I'll keep in mind, I don't have to buy durian on Facebook because it can be a scam. No, I don't like durian, so it's fine. And jokes apart, so I think that the conversation shifted a little bit to digital security, which is fine because it's extremely important. Just one generic comment. Digital security is about trying to protect yourself against digital threats. What we have been discussing here is a list of digital threats. So somebody attacking us on purpose. This is one type of threat. But the other one this has to do with what is called digital hygiene. So what kind of behaviors do we adopt and apply in the online sphere? What do we do that puts us in a difficult or troubling situation? And he gave a very good example, public Wi-Fi. What is the first thing that you do when you fly internationally and you land at the airport? What is the Wi-Fi password? Where can I get Wi-Fi? I need to get my messages. Really? I think, can't you just wait for 1 or 2 hours? Using public Wi-Fi is very tempting, but it's also very dangerous, and we choose to do this. So this is called digital hygiene. All these practices in the online sphere that puts us in a troubling situation. And there is a very long list of these actions. Nowadays, it's not so much about public Wi-Fi, but scanning QR codes. That's another classic. All the QR codes in the ICT cam are safe, don't worry. But I'm talking about, you know, you go to a restaurant and, oh, where is the menu? Oh, you have to scan the QR code. I don't know. It makes me feel at least a little bit uncomfortable. But this is a whole new conversation about digital security, which I believe there's some sessions on this topic. So to wrap up, of course, I wanted to ask a big round of applause for Lieutenant Colonel for his experience and inputs. And of course, big thanks to all of you for joining this session. If you have any further question, I definitely encourage you to approach him personally. He traveled all the way to Phnom Penh, so at least to make his trip memorable. So thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you around. Thank you.